This couldn't have just been a blowout. Couldn't have been. You had to make it close. You just had to make it close. I'm not even mad about this game. I'm going to show you what I'm actually mad about. I'm going to show you what I'm actually mad about. All right, we're going to go over here. We're going to go find the Texan. We're going to go find the Texans, right? You see that 4-1 there? Oh, the Buffalo Bills can't win anything. I'm mad about this game. Allen threw 9 for 30. He threw September 30. You came back down 17 just to lose. I'm mad about this game. I'm not mad about the Colts game because I knew we were going to lose anyway. Sure, they made it close at the end there. Sure, the defense wants to suck. But I'm mad about this. It's every time with the Bills. This is why I hate the Bills. This is the exact reason why I hate the Bills. I would rather have the Chiefs win over the Bills. Because the one time I want the Bills to win, they ruin everything. The Bills ruin everything. 9 for 30, Allen. 9 for 30. 9 for 30. And then, at the end there, when they need 5 yards to get in the field goal range. Oh, yeah, let's just send all of our players back. I mean, Joe, my brain's all over the place right now. C.J. Stroud's just going to throw this to the end zone when he needs a field goal to win. No! He's going to throw it 5 yards and get the first down. Not the first down, get the field goal range. They had 3 timeouts. So they're all the way pressuring back. Dude, they rushed like 3. They got the easy 5-yard catch, kicks a 59-yard game-winning field goal, and now the Texans are up 3 in the division. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. Fairbairn's such a good kicker, though. Okay, back to what the video is actually about. Colts lose 34-37. And it couldn't have been a blowout either. Because I was expecting a blowout. I wanted a blowout. Well, I wanted us to win, obviously. But if we were going to lose, I don't want us to lose because our defense can't stop a fly. Our defense can't stop a fly. They can't stop a fly. They get one stop and act like they're the best defense in the world. They drive straight down the field, kick the game-winning field goal. We don't have any time to do anything. And it is sad, too, because they actually gave me hope. When Pierce goes down the field, puts up straight video game numbers, gets 3 catches for 134 yards and almost 2 touchdowns. He was down on the one for the other one. He had 3 catches at the end of the game there. The last 3 catches we had. Like 1 for 40, 1 for 50. Okay, I think it was 1 for 20, 1 for 40, 1 for 60. When Pierce goes down and does that, and your defense can't stop a fly, I mean, what are we doing here? Literally, if the defense got one more stop, we win this game. If the defense got one more stop, we win this game. If at the second quarter, the second quarter where you see Jacksonville 13 there, if we don't strip, sack, fumble the ball straight into Jacksonville's hands and get them a field goal with 20 seconds left in the half, then we go to overtime right now. We're going to look back and see these games that we've lost. Lost to the Texans by 1 possession. Lost to the Packers by 1 possession with the backup quarterback. Lost to the Jaguars by 1 possession. We're going to look back at these games when we're out of the playoffs with like a 9-8 record. And we're gonna think, why didn't we win these games? Why didn't we have a defense? Why didn't we sign more defensive players? Why didn't we have more depth at defense? Why didn't we draft more defensive players? It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Literally, if one thing goes different when Jacksonville had the ball, we won the game. If one thing goes different. Man. Yeah, the Texans game really got me turned. That I was a bit salty when the Colts did lose the game because, they gave me the hope. 14-point comeback down 34-20, and you scored 2 quick touchdowns down the field. That actually gave me hope. And the defense just ripped it away like always. It's always the defense. Always the defense. But calm down. I'm better now. Let's actually get into player stat review and stuff like that. Joe Flacco, you did good today. Anthony Richardson was out for the week with a hip injury. He really should have thrown down the field more because half of these yards are deep bombs to Pierce. If he throws down the field more, we could have had 500-yard game, win by 10. If he threw down the field more, but I get it. He's an old QB. He's not going to throw down the field often. I understand that. But Flacco, you had a great game. None of this is your fault. He went 33 for 44 for 359, 3 touchdowns, and no picks. He did get strip sacked, but our O-line was really banged up. Prayers up to Will Fries. He seems like he had a bad leg injury. He got carted off the field, so hope he's good. But our O-line, again, in that situation, if there's not a strip sack there, the game's in overtime right now. And that's saying the Colts take that to the half, 10-10. Because we had 3 timeouts. We could have gone down the field, kicked a field goal, scored a touchdown. That strip sack, in my opinion, was the reason we lost the game. But I'm not going to put that on Joe Flacco. The blocker just completely failed the block there. So, good game, Joe Flacco. Just not good enough. Adonai Mitchell, he had a weird trick play. He threw a screen to someone for 24 yards, so good on him. Rushing, Jonathan Taylor was out today. Who could have thought that if Taylor was in, we could have won? The rushing offense was not good today at all, and that's totally understandable considering our best player is out. Sturman stepped up on the plate today. Goodson also had a couple of runs. Sturman, 10 carries, 38 yards and a touchdown. Goodson, 5 carries, 26 yards. Joe Flacco had a 21-yard run. It was funny. It's like last year when we had, or 2 years ago when we had Matt Ryan run a 30-yard rush, longest rush of his career. Honestly, Matt Ryan could have scored a touchdown there if that one guy wasn't there, but good on him. Doolin, 1 carry for 9 yards, and Mitchell had 1 carry for 4. Again, Pierce is the deep man. That's what I've been saying. When you want to go down the field fast, you want to run a go route, throw it to Pierce. Don't throw it to anyone else but Pierce. Pierce knows how to catch these deep balls. And that's why I never gave up on him. Or at least I hope I never gave up on him. Pierce, 3 catches, 134 yards, 1 touchdown. Almost had 2 touchdowns, but he was a yard short of 1. That's just a Pierce experience. You're going to have days where he catches a couple of deep balls down the field and gets a bunch of yards, and other days he's quiet. I understand that. That's why we have Adonai Mitchell on the team now. Josh Downs had a good day, 9 catches, 69 yards. Mitchell had a good route running day, but again, it just seems like our QBs cannot throw to him whatever costs. 4 catches, 38 yards. Pittman, a quiet day. He did have a touchdown, but he only had 5 catches, 37 yards. Molly Cox, he had an amazing touchdown catch. He had tapped like 2 guys, 2 catches, 37 yards, touchdown. Goodson caught 3 for 31. Sermon caught 6 for 25. Mallory caught 1 for 7, and Ogletree caught 1 for 5. Now the defense, I'm disappointed. No sacks. No sacks at all. No pressure at all. Nick Cross, interception. I am glad for you for doing that. Nick Cross turning out to be a great safety. I didn't know that. I didn't expect that. But I'm glad it's true. Where's he at? Oh. Why is Joe Flacco on the defense? I don't know where he's at. But Jalen Jones. I like that punch out that you had. He punched the ball out, got the ball back for us. That was the same, sort of series where we got strip sacked. So unfortunately, it didn't matter in the grand scheme of things. But I'm glad for you for doing that. There it is. But again, defense disappointing. And I'll show you. We made Trevor Lawrence look like Tom Brady. And Trevor Lawrence has been terrible for the past 9 games. So I really do not hope this is his bounce back game. And he starts playing really good again. Because then the Jaguars can actually, play the game right. And maybe win some games. And we can't have that at all. Goodson had 1 kick return for 29 yards. Josh Sands had 1 return for 11 yards. Matt Gay, surprisingly perfect on the day. He kicked a perfect 2 for 2. He had 10 points. His long was only 37, though. So he still has not kicked a long one. I hope he's starting to get his confidence back up out of these kicks. Rigo punted 4 times, 210 yards. He was inside 22 times. The best punters in the league, I always say that. Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence threw 28 for 34, 371, and 2 touchdowns for another pick, obviously. He hasn't been playing good for a while now. Again, it's the Colts in Jacksonville, and the Colts with this defense, I expect him to have a good game, and he delivered. Great game for him. I'm not denying anything. I still think he has potential. I just hope he doesn't tap into it on the Jaguars. Go to somewhere like the Jets or something. Who cares? Tank Bigsby. We got embarrassed by him. We didn't even get embarrassed by Etienne Jr. like we should have. We got embarrassed by Tank Bigsby. 13 carries, 101 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had 1 carry for 65 yards. If we get a stop there, we win that game. Again, if we get a stop there, who knows? They could have went down and kicked the field goal. They could have punted it to us. That run right there was another reason why we lost. You can't allow these 60-yard runs at all. Lawrence also ran 2 for 4. Duvernay ran 1 for 3. Johnson ran 1 for 1. For receiving, Brian Thomas Jr. caught the most balls. He torched our defense for 122 yards and a touchdown with 5 catches. Christian Kirk caught 4 for 48. Etienne caught 6 for 43, so he had a better catching day than rushing. Gabe Davis caught 3 for 38. Bigsby caught 1 for 28 yards. Again, just destroyed the defense. He had no plans for him. Strange had touchdown catch, 4 for 24. Farrell caught 2 for 17. Johnson caught 2 for 9. And DeGuara caught 1 for 2. Their defense wasn't good either. But, my goodness, Walker had a day. 3 sacks on Joe Flacco. And that's the kind of thing when you have an immobile QB like Joe Flacco. Yes, he can dot up the field, but he's going to take some sacks. And Walker, I don't know if he had the strip sack or not. That might also be Josh Hines-Allen. And I'm not sure. But 4 sacks to our 0, that's disappointing. And I know we have a lot of injuries on the defensive line, but that's still disappointing. They did not get a pick. That's cool. But again, disappointing. No kick returns. Duvernay had 3 punt returns for 68 yards. Cam Little, game-winning field goal. Massive props to you, rookie from Arkansas. Long 49, kicked 13 points. Of course, I'm always going to respect when a guy, comes out, rookie, never been in this situation before, and drills it. So good on him. He played well. Cook punted 2 times. Again, if we get one more punt there, we win the game. We get one more punt there, we win the game. It's disappointing. It's absolutely disappointing. Team stats, it's actually closer than you would expect, but the Jaguars won on both sides. 447, 497 for the total, 348 to 371 for passing yards, and then we had obviously a quiet rushing day, 99 to 126. They had 8.7 yards per play. They had too many explosive plays, but we had 6.5, so that's also cool. They weren't even good on fourth down either, and they weren't perfect on fourth down. It's just we could not get stops. When we got the stops, when we got them to third down, we can actually get the stops. But on first and second down, they torched us. We had more first downs than them, 25 to 20, 7 for 14 to their 3 for 10. We went for one fourth down. I feel like we should have went for another fourth down. It was like 4th and inches, and we punted. We could have QB sneaked there. We had way more plays than them, 69 to 57. We allowed 4 sacks. They allowed none. We punted 4 times. They punted twice. Refs are fair. I'm not mad at them at all. We lost the fumble. They both lost the fumble and threw an interception. And I think for the first time this season we've had more times of possession, but that's because they're getting off the field immediately. So, disappointing. It's disappointing. If this was a blowout, I don't know why it's doing that. If this was a blowout, I'm coming on here and I'm saying, you know what, we played in Jacksonville. I expect this to happen. But the fact that we were so close and the defense just messed everything up is just, it's sad. And the Texans game threw me over the edge. I mean, come on, Allen. 8 for 30, man. What are you doing? Now, I'm going to determine if I get more mad right here. I'm going to go to I'm going to look up the NFL, and if I see that the Bengals lost, I'm going to be really mad. Because, you know, Joe Burrow is playing lights out, 5 touchdowns. But, let's see. Of course. Of course. And the Bengals lose too. I'm going to go insane. Joe Burrow had such a good day. 30 for 39. Almost 400 yards and 5 touchdowns. You know what, Bengals? We're the same. We're the same team. Great offense. Can't play defense. Can't play defense. Because they were up like 10 multiple times. Multiple times. And the Bengals just go. Oh my gosh. Nothing's going right in the NFL today. Nothing's going right today. I can't have anything this week. My gosh. We lose. Texans win. Bengals lose. You can't make this up. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm not having a good NFL week. Yeah, that's obvious. We fell to 2-3. I was really hoping we could have started 3-2. Well, I was hoping we could have started 3-2 in the beginning of the season, but obviously that Packers loss, we're gonna look back at that, and if we don't make the playoffs by a game, that's gonna be a reason why we miss out. But we're still second in the division. I don't think if the Titans win, then they would overtake us because we have better stats. We have better stats than them. Disappointing. It is. And now we're down 2 games, I believe. Maybe, or 3 games, I'm not sure. But that's going to be all for this video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.